This is my review of the Apple iPad Pro 12.9 inch. This specific model is refurbished. I'll be going over the features of a non-refurbished model as well as my experience with this refurbished model. Make sure you watch this full review to understand if the iPad 12.9 inch is right for you. So let me cut to the chase. Why do I use this thing and what did I think I was going to use it for? I wanted to experiment if this Apple Pencil, which again, well, it doesn't come with it, but I bought it separately, as this case also does not come with it. I bought that separately. I wanted to know if this iPad would be good for me taking notes at work. And I found out preferentially, like for me, I would rather write on a piece of paper. But I ended up keeping this because I love it when I travel, specifically for watching TV shows. With this case, I can prop it up, watch shows on the plane, watch shows at the hotel, and have them downloaded, also be able to play games. And then there's some times when I actually really love this thing as well, which is like, for instance, being able to connect via the app Duet and connect it to my laptop as a second monitor. So that's really nice at work, or depending on what you do. I know with some Macs you can connect this very easily as a separate monitor too. Duet's more for Windows, I believe, or that's the computer that I use it on. There's a lot of probably comparison videos and videos about, the different generations. A few things to keep in mind why I chose this one. This was the year that there doesn't seem to be that much more processing from the M1 chip that I would ever need for games or anything. I don't edit on this or anything. Even editing on this I think you could do, but I haven't really tried. The speakers are really good. There's 4 of them. It works fast. It's super speedy. Like, watch this. It has Face ID. So if I want to just get into books, you can get into there really fast. Boom. App Store. You can multitask. It feels really responsive. And it hasn't really become less responsive, like maybe a tiny bit, but honestly it's super just quick. And I love that about it. Like, it just works. I haven't had any freezing, especially with this refurbished model. People are like, oh, I believe you can get a refund. Cut that. Depending on, the condition you get it in. I obviously know when you buy a refurbished model, you want to make sure it's in good condition. Mine personally was in great condition. Haven't had an issue. Works perfectly. Full storage was left on it. I specifically have the 256 gigabyte. That one was going to be, that's enough memory for me for what I'm using it. Now, maybe you want the 512 because you're storing a ton of picture and video on here. I get that. For my iPhone, I have that. For this iPad, for my specific purposes, I didn't need that. And for me, for what I'm doing, this is really amazing and perfect. The screen looks gorgeous. I love watching movies, even playing games on this. It's big enough because it's 12.9. And it works with the Apple Pencil 2. This generation works with the Apple Pencil 2. I wanted to make sure that it did. It has a USB-C port. Those are the only external things besides the 4 speaker ports. 2 on the front and 2 on the back. My biggest pet peeve with all technology right now, or phones and tablets, is they're not including an 1/8 inch jack so you can plug in, headphones. It's super annoying. And then this on top of that is the USB-C, so you gotta get an 1/8 inch dongle to USB-C, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's just my pet peeve. It's not a reason not to get this. But overall, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. It's a stellar product. It works as intended. Beautiful screen, super fast, like for real. Oh, battery life is really good. This one arrived with it wasn't full on battery cycle, so maybe in a year or 2 I need to replace the battery, but the battery's pretty good. I actually feel it could be a little bit better, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. But I really don't have any complaints with it besides that. This does come with a camera, normal. If you're buying an iPad for a camera, yeah, good luck. It doesn't look that good, at least this one doesn't. But I would never fault the iPad for that, because I don't know. I don't care about having a camera on my iPad. You might, and if you do, this is not that good of a camera, depending on what you're used to. Compared to the iPhone, any of the new iPhones, it doesn't even come close. So this is amazing. Now, one other thing that you should know about this, it's pretty big. It's a little heavier than the smaller models. you should know that going into it. I wanted a bigger screen because I'm primarily trying to write notes, and I wanted to get into painting for the pencil, like Pro Paint, or I forget the app's called, and then watching movies and playing games. So I specifically wanted the biggest monitor possible. That might not excite you, so make sure you know what size you're getting. I hope this helps you make a informed buyer decision, and I'll see you later.